Every morning at exactly 7 a.m., humanity was granted a gift or a curse, depending on who you asked. For 10 seconds, everyone could see their own personal future, a glimpse of what would happen later that same day. No one knew how it began. One day, people simply woke up and the vision came to them like a flash of lightning behind their eyes. 10 seconds, no more, no less, and then it vanished, leaving only memory and questions. For some, it became a tool of survival. Stockbrokers used their flashes to outwit the markets. Lovers used it to avoid saying the wrong words in arguments. Criminals planned their moves knowing they could dodge bullets or escape arrests by watching how their near future unfolded. But for others, the visions were torment. You might see yourself crying, or bleeding, or standing in an empty room with no explanation, and then you had to spend the day wondering how you got there. Elias was one of the skeptics, a scientist by training. He believed there had to be an explanation, a hidden mechanism buried in physics or neurology. He spent years recording his visions, timing them, trying to catch patterns, but what unsettled him most was that they seemed inevitable. No matter what he tried, the flashes always came true, even when he fought to prevent them. One morning, Elias woke to a vision unlike any other. He saw himself in his laboratory, standing before a table of shattered glass and spilled chemicals. But what caught his eye wasn't the mess. It was himself, another version of him, standing in the reflection of the broken glass, staring back with cold, unreadable eyes. It wasn't a trick of light, it was him, but not him. The day unfolded normally at first, and Elias tried to convince himself that his brain had simply played a cruel trick. But as night approached, unease built. He avoided the lab, afraid of fulfilling the vision. Yet when he finally stepped inside, something compelled him toward the table. The glass slipped from his hand, shattering exactly as he had seen. And then, in the reflection, his double appeared, not a hallucination, but solid, alive, stepping out of the mirror like shards onto the floor. "You finally noticed," the double said. "I've been waiting." Elias couldn't speak. The double looked identical in every way, yet carried an aura of confidence, almost superiority. "I'm not your reflection," the double continued. "I'm you, from 10 seconds ahead. Every time you see the future, it's me living it, and I've grown tired of being the shadow." Elias stumbled back, shaking his head. "That's impossible. The vision is just perception, not reality." The double smiled bitterly. "Perception creates reality. You forced me into existence by believing in me, by seeing me, and now, I won't fade back. I deserve my own life." Before Elias could react, the double lunged forward, grabbing him by the throat. They wrestled, crashing into the shelves, scattering vials and equipment. Elias fought back desperately, but every move was anticipated. His double knew what would happen because he had already seen it. And then came the final twist. As Elias's vision for the next day struck him, he saw not 10 seconds but nothing, darkness, silence, an empty void. It was the first time in years he had seen no future at all. The double leaned close, whispering into his ear, "Because tomorrow, I will be you, and you will be nothing." The next morning, the world awoke to their daily visions. Elias did not. His body was found in the lab, lifeless, though no wounds explained his death. But his colleagues swore that later that day, when they passed him in the corridor, Elias smiled at them as if nothing had happened. Only his eyes were different, calm, detached, as though he already knew every step they were about to take. And somewhere, deep inside, the real Elias screamed, unheard, trapped forever in the 10 seconds of the future.